Any more questions, please?
Yes.
You seem to have touched, Mr. Abad, very lightly the question of charter change.
Yes.
But it's a threatening thing to us.
Yes.
Wait, perhaps you could enlighten us, this community, further as with regards to the intricacies of charter change. Because there is going to be a constitutional change. That's for sure is. But when? And along what lines?
Yeah, okay. Question, because it's an issue that is dividing our country and causing a lot of uncertainty. Now, the question is, why is this present government pushing for charter change at this time when there is an election that is just around the corner? And the suspicion is, because government has always denied that it was interested, and yet if you look at the people pushing charter change, they are really either closely affiliated with and are even relatives of the president. So the suspicion is the president wants to stay longer than she should be, because her term should be ending on June 30, 2010. So that is the fear. Now, if that happens, or if they insist on doing that, what is going to happen to our country? I think it is going to push us back further away from peace, from stability, and from progress. Why do I say that? Because in the last survey of the Social Weather Station, more than 70% of the Filipinos say that they do not want charter change now. They say we agree with charter change, but not now. Maybe we can do that in another time under another government, so that all the suspicion of the present president wanting to perpetuate herself in power will not be there. So what our people are saying is, let us not have it now. There is a time for that, but the time for that is not now. But the problem is, if the allies of the president in Congress insist on it, then it can lead us to very messy scenarios. If the people don't like it and then they fight it, you might have another people power. But in the past two people powers, we were lucky because there was no violence. There is no guarantee that there will be none in the third time around. Or if it's not the people, then there may be a reaction from the military. Because the senior officers of the military have said that we will protect the Constitution and we will make sure that there will be elections. So they will support the holding of the elections in 2010. So if it is forced, and the military is forced to react, we don't know which military, the military of the administration or the military who are allied to those who are now in jail. Then that may bring us to another situation that happened to us some time back when we had an authoritarian martial rule. And that is going to be a disaster for the country. That's why the appeal is, let us forget about charter change. There's just not time for it, and if we push it, it will just lead us to further problems and instability. And let's work hard to make sure that the elections in May 2010 will be clean, orderly, honest, and automated elections. Because then we can guarantee that the next president will be a legitimate, people believe that this is the president who was elected in a legitimate way. Because part of the problem of our president right now is that hanging over her head is the question of legitimacy. And that has been the reason why the country has been divided rather deeply, because there are many, in fact, if you go by the surveys, more than 60% think that she's not a legitimate president. But there are also some who believe otherwise. And so the country is divided. And 2010 is an opportunity once again to unite our people under a legitimately elected president. So we must all fight to have elections in 2010 and elections that are clean, honest, orderly, and automated.